Okay, so I'm gonna try to go cut somewhere in the middle. So let's go with something else.
You froze, right?
Am I frozen? If you frozen?
Oh, now you're back.
Okay, okay, I might have eaten more than I can chew with my current bandwidth. So, but yeah, go on, Linnea. Sorry.
Right here. Okay, I'm gonna take that as a yes. Hi, happy Friday, everyone. Yeah, this week was again a lot of going through things really thoroughly with Tadovik. She's been really great in making sure I understand every aspect of the analytics. So I feel very well prepared on that front. And also yesterday going through some questions and stat stuff with Lucy and a bug that seems to be Safari specific. So I'm probably going to try to read up on Vega handling Safari. Yeah.
It's my turn? Okay. Hey everybody. Happy Friday. This week I finished working on a podcast. Now I'm trying to figure out how to automate a workflow for us. It's not getting very far because I'm keep getting like blockers with it. So Lucy and I are gonna work together a little bit today and see if we can like figure it out together. And we're also want to draft some social media posts. That's what I have for right now.
Okay. Um,
The host really matters. I will say that. Some I feel like the newer there's like two hosts, like the DIY host and the was there a really early podcast? I can't remember his name, but it was like ethics, like manipulation. Whenever you did that podcast, like those were the most interesting to watch. The one in the middle, like a new one, it was like Pioneering Minds. That one was a little bit harder to get footage from. So I think it really does depend on the host and the conversations because that helps create like content. That's what I feel like I learned. And also, depending on the conversations, what they ask, the more interesting questions that are like kind of like juicy about like AI, the better the responses that like you gave and like would like educate an audience about. So that's what I feel like I learned from the footage that I went through. Yeah, I got enough. I got like 5 clips, maybe 4 from like one. But 5 for like pretty much all of them.
oops. Okay, thank you, Mia. Uh, oops. Lucy, are you back? Can you hear us? Can you do it?
Sorry, I just restarted my Discord. My Discord was having some issue. Yeah, I'm back. Um so this week I have been working on Reddit post again. And I just wanna give you guys some update on some more feedbacks I got because there is another post that got like 70,000 views again. On Reddit, and some of the feedbacks I have gotten from this one is people find our graphs like really hard to interpret. They have to stare at like a very long time to know what is actually happening there. And they were asking like the validity of our test. Also, I got some questions about like what is the unit on our x-axis means. Yeah, And and I also worked with Mia on some marketing automation, and also I updated our YouTube channel, and also I did some outreach to some research communities on Discord channels and invite people to try our project. Yeah, that's it. Yes. Yeah, actually yesterday I talked with Tata Vic about this, and we were and I think we can talk about this more in depth, if, especially I got more feedbacks from people now.
People don't even call it causal. They usually call it casual. It's also something. Even people that we're interviewing are like, "Oh yeah, you guys do casual models." I was like, "Really, casual?"
Yeah, yeah, like a
I
so
I prefer more like,
casual Friday modeling.
exactly, exactly. Yeah, business cash. You know, business casual. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. Next, then, Mahdi, if you can you go next?
Sorry, I just wanted to unmute and then I disconnected.
No worries.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, I added yesterday I deployed the DeepSeek R1 model on GCP, and I'm still not able to like access it as an endpoint. I will do it. I got busy with Subud to work on the traits database, so we have some issue. We cannot get it correctly. So I get busy with that, and Subodh will explain this for in detail. I will just roughly say them. Added the design metrics to weights and bias, and some few other fixes. So yeah, this is what I did. Okay, no, we deployed it in an NVIDIA hardware, which yes, yeah, and then we use it. We are not like using it someone else's API, so it's ours. So I have not checked all those things, but uh, because I couldn't query it, so it has some examples to query, but I'm still investigating it. And yeah. Mhm. Yeah, yeah. Let me experiment and see if it worth it or not. Uh-huh. Got it, got it. So I'm on it. I'm excited about the AWS because, like, I love it. Yeah, I will too.
Okay. Thank you, Maddie. Michael, next, if you have any update for this week.
Yeah, this week was great. More learning, more investing in Subconscious and myself. Thanks to Pablo and the documents we have. Yesterday, we started running my own experiments. So again, thank you to Pablo. Thank you to Sarah for getting my account quickly set up. Today, I'm finishing up a bunch of account plans so that we can actually start selling and hitting the ground next week. So moving fast. Hopefully, lots of new opportunities, a lot of business to close.
Nice. Okay. So, Pablo, any news on the growth front that can top that?
Attitude, no.
Oh,
Getting
yeah,
ready to hunt, getting ready to go to war. It's exciting.
yeah.
I'm glad, we've had a lot of good conversations around how to also better onboard, because we're gonna be adding a few more, and eh, so on the attitude front and just getting ready, it's really exciting. So the goal is
Nice.
to make sure everyone is successful. We also have a new deal that was resurfaced. The global head of product management at Guild responded apologizing, that she hasn't responded to all the love that I had previously given her. And so she wants to reconnect again, and we'll be running a series of experiments. And that is why, again, it's critically important that anything that is in production, if it gets to production, we take it very seriously and it is stable. That's the definition of enterprise ready. And so that's the stage in which we're in, which is
Mhm.
exciting. We also have LinkedIn. I don't know if you guys saw a post on the marketing and sales channel, but that person, KK, I call her Kike, I don't know why, but she messaged me directly on LinkedIn and was very, very optimistic about this future partnership. And she's right now going through the hurdles of LinkedIn, but very, very strong signal that that's going to move forward, not just from her, but several other influencers in our ecosystem that are saying LinkedIn is looking very, very good. And so that's one of several. Let's just keep pushing. It takes a team, but I'm really excited, really excited. And then interview front, um, busy on that. And then lastly, the deck, almost done, doing the final pass, Avi. So just probably like 10 more minutes, but you'll see that the slides that you made have a brand refresh, and they look good. So I'm excited to go live on that as well today. I'm really excited, actually. I would love to push that out to get some fundraising in. At minimum, phase one is the standard plan at three seats, but they've already talked a lot about they're gonna be needing some extra layer of customization, potentially the ability to ingest a lot of their customer profiles and stuff like that, and then create digital twins from that. And so that's enterprise. That's going to be a much higher level of revenue.
Okay, exciting news. So yeah,
I was going to say, sorry, I was asking, what is GSA cap, just so that everyone. Yeah. Oh, I see. I see. Interesting. That's good to know, actually. We should be discussing budgeting anyway, but that's a really good thing to kind of know. Be like, how do we go really quickly in and then scale out, with that longer time horizon? Yeah. Good call. Thank you.
yeah. Okay, next in the list, Rupert.
Hi everyone. Happy Friday. It's been a while. I have talked to everyone. I missed our Wednesday stand-up, um, but I catched up with Madi on yesterday's daily sync. I'm working on the new trade edition. I was blocked till I get an API endpoint, but I'm also continuing my work on using Shardcy and Elucid for the attributes and components updations for better performances. Yeah. Once I get an endpoint, I will fix that and I will push it into the dev. So you should be able to add new traits, labels for running any new experiments. Yeah, that's it. Thanks. No, I missed missing to the new apartment. Actually, I'm in the California now. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, really, really.
Okay, Sarah is next.
Hello. Today I'm working on applying to some grants. I don't know the names of them that Avi sent me today. To the NYU ones. I think he heard about them last night at the NYU thing. Last night I helped Avi with the pitch deck, and also yesterday I followed more of those researchers on LinkedIn, which is a ticket that I can close very soon. And those are my updates. Thanks.
Okay, Subod.
Uh, okay, so yeah, remember now. So this week at least we have the human-based pipeline working. It's running. We added a couple of other approach for survey generation, and we also added a couple of other measurements for checking the parity between between the paper reported betas and what we get based on a probability measure. And I have another good news. I'll give a demo in the end. I was able to figure out now how to calculate AMCs non-parametrically. I'll show you some calculations. I think we are finally close in terms of getting a real AMC calculation in production. So yeah, this is all this week. I'll give a demo in the end a little bit.
Nice. Okay, Stativik.
Hello everyone, happy Friday. So, same as the beginning of the week, we'll continue working with Linnea. Yesterday we finished with the calculations code. What is left is make sure she is really familiar with the prompt engineering tasks we have already done and all our prompts and stuff like that, and the dashboard. So we're going to start on that next week. Other than that, I'm very excited that we're going to push to production, because like that, there are lots of bugs and issues we have fixed on the Shiny. So hopefully there will be no more issues in the productions once we push. And me and Linnea will continue to prepare the dashboard for the production, make sure everything is nice and functioning. That's all on my side.
Okay, thank you, Jatovic. Next, Tufa.
Hi everyone, happy Friday. So I've been working on the new website. I have more pages now, and I will show in demo. Also, the Stripe changes for a free trial to get the credit card. So I was working on that as well. Yeah. Also, I just put something in a Drive link. So please post your pictures along with your LinkedIn and Twitter IDs there. It's for the about page. Yeah.
Okay. Back to the top of the alphabetical order. Tiff.
Yeah, so I got the population in the database endpoint ready. So now after stand up, I'll coordinate with Hadi. Using that in the front end where he like gets the suggestion if we need to tweak the traits or not. And then I wrote some code to like actually once he passes in the traits to use the database, and after I sync with him just to make sure I know the schema we're passing the population traits in with, I will push that to production. So yeah. Well, I guess after I speak to Hadi after stand up and later today.
Atish, we made quite a bit of changes to your code. It's in dev. So when you sit with Hadi, pull the new code, because yours was not in Pydantic version, and so we had to change quite a bit. So
I
take the
put
new one.
wait,
No,
so
it
yesterday
wasn't.
pushed
No,
Pydantic. It
no,
wasn't?
it was. No, it wasn't. We literally had to rewrite the whole thing again.
Okay, I'll look at it.
And one question: did you try running that by connecting with the GCP, your piece of code?
Oh, like the production Postgres?
So let's say when you said that yeah, production Postgres. So it's over
Yeah.
there. And were you able to fetch the data? Were you had any timeout issues with the
No,
query?
it all worked.
Okay, we tried. We'll keep getting error. Okay, maybe we sit after the stand up then.
Sure.
Okay. Ambush.
Hey guys, happy Friday. So, since our last discussion, I worked on a base implementation, the one that Avi and Subodh were talking about, a naive version of the rack that I have built, and I actually deployed it on Streamlit as well. So, in case anyone wants to test it out, this is a naive version. So, maybe from here we can discuss how we can take this forward. So, yeah.
That was fast,
So that's all
Ambush.
for
Nice
me.
work. Does it work?
Oh, it's a naive rack for now. Yeah, it works. It's not a graph database,
Right.
but it works. Yeah, I can put the link in the chat if anyone wants to test it out. Yeah.
I mean, it is kind of a graph database. You're just creating a graph database in a list format.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a
sure.
it's a
I'll just put the
transformed
link.
it's a transformed graph.
Sure. I'll just put the link in the chat if anyone wants to test it out. So yeah. So that's
Nice
all from me.
work. Ambuj, do we think, or I should say, is it possible to to load up the output like PDF files that are generated in our analytics in that RAG where we can chat with those results as well?
So what you're saying is that on the analytics page, we get the experimental results in a PDF and we put it into the RAG and then we can chat with it. That's what you're saying, right?
Well, I'm asking
I think
if
that should be possible. Yeah.
yeah,
I think that
as
should be
another
possible.
like
That doesn't
naive
seem.
approach.
I think that should work. Yeah. It should work.
Sweet.
Ambuj, I just pasted a chat. I saw this on LinkedIn today itself. There's apparently some mini max. They're saying it takes up to 4 million token directly, which is equivalent of, they say, 7 Harry Potter books 3 times. I don't think we will ever have a PDF bigger than this. So maybe look into this. If this works out, we can literally dump everything into one big PDF.
Number of HP is important. It's fine. Okay. Well, Avi next.
I spent yesterday at NYU for this tech AI challenge. Out of 2,000 applicants, there were 20 semifinalists. We were one of the semifinalists. We have the finalists presentation August 2nd in New York, February 5th. If anyone wants free headshots in New York, we'll do like a little, they're doing like a little photo shoot for us. And then the finals are like March 2nd. It's not very much money, but it's a lot of exposure. My objective is to get either like Scott Galloway or Jonathan Haidt working with us because they're at NYU. And then working on the investor materials, which I'd like to get out today. A lot of it is focused on Sarah came up with this idea of saying that we're creating PhD level super agents, and I used that pitch yesterday, and people seem to like it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's a little too academic. Anyway, still workshopping.
Yeah, and I mean there's also variance within PhD students, but that's another question. Chin.
Hi guys. I was out yesterday with a cold, so I'm just like playing catch up. I guess today I'll meet with Ambuj and discuss the RAG stuff. And I mean we can try the Minimax stuff that Subodh said, but I mean I don't think. I mean, just like a first thought, I don't know if like a large context directly translates to like being able to like. It doesn't necessarily always translate to being able to like retrieve information from said large context. I think there's like a leaderboard for that needle in the haystack kind of test or something. But we can definitely try that, and we don't need RAG at all. I also want to like hopefully maybe take the new HP pipeline out for a test today. And I think maybe Subodh can be connect about how we store the compensatory, non-compensatory stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that's all from me.
One thing, Chin. When you run the human-based pipeline, for now, just run like 4 or 5 in one go, because when it's running, nothing else will run on dev.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I was gonna ask. It's probably really expensive to run everything as well, right? So
it's not expensive, but because we run in queue, we don't run in parallel. So if you put like 100 of them, then nobody else can have their experiments executed until your list of 100 is over.
Right, gotcha. Yeah, and we'll discuss that. And I just wanted to add, Avi, Yeah, I mean, I can join you on Wednesday for the
Sweet.
NYU thing, probably.
Sweet.
So, yeah. All right.
Rupesh, are you going to be back in New York by then? Back in New Jersey?
I think it will take a while, like a month or so.
Nice. Nice. All right. Yeah, no, Chin, that'll be fun. Anyone else who's like in the New York area, feel free. Mia, Lucy, I don't know who else is in New York.
Do you know what campus it's in? Like the...
It's in the business school, in the R2D2
Business
building.
Gotcha.
And if you see the tire on the side of the road,
Return it to Linnea.
Hadi. Oh, with this. Yeah.
Hello everyone. Happy Friday. So this week I could integrate user journey visualization, but still it's in my local. I think we need either's design on that. Once we get the design, it will be on dev. And what else? And the population rate for the US, it will be on dev maybe today. It's ready for the UI if Atish has done it with the backend. What else? Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay. And myself, so I was out a big chunk of the week, traveling back to Dallas, getting a haircut, dealing with some of the stuff we left there. So, but now, so yesterday and today, still working on trying to get the continuous integration, continuous testing piece for just keep getting like running into the same issue. And today I'm gonna try 3 or 4 different like coding tool. Like let's try Copilot, let's try Windsurf, let's try other things because Cursor has not been helpful with that one. And yeah, I feel like once I get the right piece there, it's going to look stupid, but it's like no, it's gonna find the right language there. But yeah, and not more importantly, but apart from that, also been setting calls with people in my network who do market research, and so trying to my goal having at least 1-2 conversation a week with practitioners of like, hey, how are you doing with market research today? What do you think about the idea of AI? I mean, synthetic audiences for market research. Have you tried anything? What will it need to look like for you to be interested? Just like kind of low-key, market research to understand what the needs and desires and perception of the target markets are. So yeah, so that was my week, and that's it for today. Avi, any final words before sending us off?
Well, we still have to do demos. I was going to ask Florent, are you going to still be in Texas on March 2nd? Because I think that's when, or March 7th, sorry, that's when South by Southwest is. And so I was thinking of getting, getting a group together.
I was in and out, so like flying in Monday morning, flying back Wednesday evening. So I might have, we still have a couple of things there, but I don't know if we'll go back in March. But we'll see.
Go back March 7th. Although Dallas is not very close to Austin, but it's closer than Chicago.
Yeah. I mean, definitely the weather is nicer down there.
Do you have any demos? Any demos?
Okay, I'll talk a little bit about the AMC part.
Oh.
So what we have been doing at the moment is that we estimate the model, we get the beta. If we try to calculate the AMC using the traditional approach, like change one, calculate the implied probabilities and take the difference, we are basically getting everything close to zero. And that's just because it's unlevel exercise, which is causing all the issue. So what we do is that we apply basically a transformation which ensures that all the estimated parameters are scaled between -1 and +1, which is the range of the AMC. And we show that as a feature label importance because at least based on direction and magnitude, it will still hold. But those are still not the real AMC. By AMC, what it means is the following. It's like if you have two options and you have, let's say, two attributes. So if you change, let's say, one of the attributes label from A to B, what is the change in the choice probability of option A and option B, and then take an average. So it's basically just the effect of the attributes label, but on a probability scale, because that scale is independent of the model and anything. So hence you can compare this across any model configuration and it will hold true. So to do the non-parametric, what you need to do is the following, literally, like count how many times a certain option was chosen, let's say when it has label 1 versus when it has label 0 or label 2, whatever is the base. And then look for all the other attributes combination and see what is the probability that you can observe that combination. And that combination probability depends upon the survey design you have, because in the design you have constructed all the combinations. So you find out that probabilities and then it's just a multiplication. So that's all you need to do. So this is one based on that. This is the one example that I did for the human baseline. So this is the actual paper. So this is a very simple human baseline paper. It has two attributes. One has 4 labels. You can still see my screen, right?
Yeah.
And the other one has 2 labels. So of course, if you have 4, one of them will be base, which is like this one. And then in this case, this is the base. So these are the actual coefficient of betas that you estimate. And then if you have to, based on, you have to find out AMCs. So how can we do this? So what we do, we take this attribute and labels, and then we'll generate a survey in our platform, and we'll ask LLMs for the response. So once we have that survey data, we can basically do what I was just saying. So for every attributes labels, we fix one as a base, and then the other one, whatever it is, let's say you call that as a treatment, and you count, okay, how many times options were chosen when you had this option versus this, and then within that, just account for the probability with which you can see the combinations of the other attributes. So when you do that, you get these AMCs. So now these will have the same sign as what you have for the betas, because that's just the math. So you see these 3 are positive, these 3 will be positive. This is negative, this will be negative. So the direction stays the same. But now this is literally on a probability scale. So it basically means that if you go from this to this, the chances of somebody choosing the option goes up by like 16%, right? 15.8. This will be like 35. This is 50%. This one goes down by 23%, 24%. And then you can do a bootstrap because it's a non-parametric. So you need to do bootstrap to calculate the standard error. And then you basically do AMC by bootstrap, see the confidence interval, and you can basically tell whether or not the AMC is significant. So you can calculate, and same way you can build the upper and lower bound. So now the thing is, in this case, we only had like 2 attributes with 4 and 2 labels. So you can literally have all the combinations, right? It's basically 4 into 2, 8. So you can literally enumerate all the combinations so that you can easily find out the AMC. Now, here's another one. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attributes, and each of them have 1, 2, 3, 6 labels. So that means like 6 to the power of 7. That many combination you have to enumerate. Can't do it. So then when you're calculating this, if you go and try to find out the probability of all the other treatment combinations occurring, you will pretty much end up close to 0. So what I did was, if I had more than 50% of the combinations matching, I took that as a yes. And then basically it's the same thing. In this case, because we allowed for null label, I make that as a base, and then you have the AMC for that for each and every one of them. And then same, do the bootstrap and figure out the significance. So now these numbers will improve even further if we could actually enumerate all possible combinations and show in our survey, because then we really have for every possible combinations, people have made some choices, and that will lead to the most theoretically convergent AMC we can get. So now we just have to figure out a little bit of trade-off between the time and the cost so that we can increase the number of tasks people do and even the sample size so that we can capture more combinations to even further improve these numbers. But the point is, and so the beauty of this non-parametric approach is following. Doesn't matter what the DGP is, these numbers
Wow.
will
This is
be
really good.
valid because we are not making any assumption while deriving these values. Like in terms of model, we are not using compensatory or non-compensatory. These are pure non-parametric, and hence whatever was the DGP, it doesn't actually matter. These AMCs hold true for the given data set. So that's the beauty of doing a non-parametric modeling. And then this can actually then even inform us whether or not our betas, let's say based on either MNL or any other model, is right if it deviates from the sign that we see here. Because then based on the pure data, you should be seeing this negative or positive, whatever. And if the beta of your model does not match this sign, there's a lot of discrepancies. It means that the actual mathematical model we're estimating on the data is very, very wrong. So this way we can actually pivot towards better modeling as well. So yeah, that is it.
Wow. So that's very impressive.
So this is the same approach that Heinmuller uses in their paper to get the non-parametric AMCs.
And so is the idea run like a small test to get non-parametric AMCEs and then use that to design a de-efficient design and then run a larger experiment?
So there's two ways, right? So first will be, let's say we have 7 attributes, right? Like I was in the experiment I was showing. Share one more time. So we are not able to enumerate all the combinations. So maybe we do like 3 or 4 in one and another 3 and 4 in one. And then we get some AMCs. And from that, we determine, okay, which are the most important ones. And then take those and do one more, let's say a third one, get the AMC. And once we have that final AMC, then take those to do a de-efficient. So we can break in chunks to get like really refined solver designs using this approach.
Oh, I love that. I'm still trying to fully understand the new capabilities that this brings. Is there a path, Subodh, to using AMCEs from a separate experiment, maybe that either has the same independent or the same dependent variables in other experiments? Or is that still kind of a bridge too far?
No, now we can compare, because now we have, let's say, if we run what brand attributes influence consumer loyalty. Okay, so let's say we have these 7 features. In other experiment, let's say the same prompt, maybe we keep the first 5 attributes as same and change the last 2. Okay, and then we will have a set of AMC for each levels of brand trust and other features based on experiment 1 and 2. And now we can really compare and see whether having a different sets of features changes the perception how the other features are then seen as well. Because now everything is on probability scale, everything is comparable.
And so now we can do your like kind of horizontal searching through many attributes.
Yeah.
That's really powerful.
So now at least for human baseline, it's easy because they don't use, no paper will, that's the reason no paper uses more than 4 or 5 attributes with 3 or 4 labels, because then the enumeration is way too much to handle money-wise. So at least in our platform, we'll be easily able to do all the enumerations and get the most theoretically correct AMCs. So we can display that now as an output in our showcase page, and then show all the other measures, such as how similar they are on the probability space in terms of overall matrices and other things. So that then really improves how we communicate the result using different yardsticks.
Amazing. Now, if we're able to, so what you're doing here is, I mean, I haven't done an exhaustive search, but it feels like new science, right? Like,
I mean, it's not new science. I mean, Heinmuller knew this thing 6-7 years ago. So
Heinmuller, yes, but the idea of iterating on Heinmuller, like applying like a ridge or lasso algorithm to experimental design, right? It was just like financially unfeasible. And do you know of any times that's been done in the past?
but that's the thing, right? Like in typical research, you just can't do, because every time you have to do a survey, there's a money involved, time involved. So nobody will do these kind of iterations.
Right.
But at least now, okay, so at least now we can actually approach somebody in academia. I mean, I know a couple of people who are like really godfathers in survey design, and basically talk to them, look, now we can do this. Can we then somehow improve the actual survey design itself, so that we still don't have to enumerate all possible combinations, but can we reach certain levels so that we can calculate the AMCs non-parametrically, considering all possible combinations? So then that literally means, I mean, you can replace the home market simulated, right, and just use the same approach for everything. So we have AMCs, right? We can derive the feature importance. We can derive the willingness to pay, everything non-parametrically. We can do the segmentation. Just take those people who belongs to certain segment, run the same calculation. So you don't have to rely on a specific mathematical model to derive your numbers. Just run the survey and let the data tell you what it tells you. No assumptions, nothing in between.
So making it a legitimate market simulator.
Yeah.
Right.
So now it could happen that, I mean, maybe that price wise, I mean, look at this one. I mean, it's not significant high enough, but if you go to high price compared to no price, it decreases. But if you go up until like moderate competitive low, it's still in positive. So it's only when it's like really high in price the disability kicks in based on real data. Whereas when we will be modeling it, there are certain assumptions in the model, and hence we'll be seeing more of a one-way slope.
I mean, I love this because by performing the experiment effectively in two ways, we're able to validate, we're able to converge on our AMCs. And like we see this all the time in the market where, you know, a company will hire 2 or 3 quant firms and they'll each have a different approach. And then they you know, the brand sees if they converge. We're kind of doing all of that in-house.
Now, this is mathematically a really solid approach to get the real true AMCs. I mean, I just did 100 in the bootstrap, bigger bootstrap and everything, and this will only enhance the power.
Wow. Amazing. Is this in development now, or this is you're still working on it?
I'm still working on it. Maybe by Monday.
Tativik, you ready?
I mean, I'm very excited, but I do realize that it's a lot.
But this is fine. I mean, this is all my Python code. So, but yeah, I mean, we can compare now what the model is saying versus what we get non-parametrically.
And you're finding that they're close?
I haven't run for a lot of experiment. I was just still playing with a couple on my own.
Great. Excellent, excellent. Subodh, on another topic I might need your help with is this user journey and how to run experiments across the user journey where we can port AMCEs across different dependent variables. I know you have like a lot of thoughts on that.
Sure.
Amazing. We lost our stand-up lead. Anybody else have any comments, questions, demos?
I can show a demo on the feedbacks we got from Reddit.
Let's do it quickly. Yes, please. Nice work, Subodh.
Yeah.
Rockstar.
Okay, so,
Which subreddit is this?
This is Data is Beautiful. All of them are from Data is Beautiful because I found the subreddit to be having the most views and the most comments, and not getting us banned. So, and so I posted about iPhone features that matter most, looking at preferences by gender, and some of the responses I have gotten is units on this, and some people said like the color coding, like making female blue instead of male is very confusing design. Yeah.
Wait, slow down. You're scrolling too fast. Or did you share the link? Share the link.
Yeah, I shared the link in the chat.
Okay. Keep going.
Yeah, that's it. I just posted this like 1 hour ago, so 2 hours ago, so there aren't many like comments. And I'll show another one.
Your scrolling, Lucy, is hurting my eyeballs.
Sorry.
It's okay.
This one I haven't got that much comments. This one I think I got the most comments. It's what factors contributes to procrastination.
I like that you're doing the trait ones, that you're doing the separations by male and female as an example. That's good. Interpreting this as an... Oh my god, interpreting this as a nightmare. I like that someone asked how to interpret it and you gave the answer and you got -3 karma.
Yeah, because I feel like this experiment result is kind of like counterintuitive, and like it might be like some issue that make the result reverted. That's why a lot of people were questioning the results we get.
I've noticed that as well. When the graph does not have the dependent variable in the graph, it is hard to interpret the graph.
Yeah.
Because the graph is half the answer. The graph is the independent variables, and they're asking what does the x-axis measure? The x-axis measures the probability of the the attributes. You show the independent variables, but you don't show the dependent variable anywhere on the graph, and that's effectively what the x-axis is measuring.
Yeah, and I think people are just confused like how to interpret because we don't label it on our graph.
Is it possible to use a language model and combine the dependent variable and the instructions on the graph with like a short 1 or 2 sentences on how to interpret the graph and add that to each of our graphs? Because people do like copying and pasting the graphs, but it is not a standalone interpretable.
Okay, so I think, yeah, it's the right point. We should add the why question also as a part of the graph. And then we do have it in the UI, right? Like the information button, and it shows what it means, how to read. And that thing gets missed, I think, when it's posted somewhere else. So maybe, okay, we'll add the question at least. And then I guess going forward, if you post, just copy the explanation from the tab. You click on the I button, it shows what it means, how to read it.
Could we adjust the graphs so that we put the dependent variable and the instructions on each graph?
I'll try with Hardy or Rupesh. I think putting the question will be easy. It won't clutter much. I don't know, the instruction could clutter a bit. Let's see.
No, good. But we have on the bottom. Also, I noticed on the bottom the instructions that we have on the bottom of the graph. Actually, Lucy, can you show one of the graphs? Let's see. I don't know if we have the text on the bottom.
Yeah.
But I wonder if it's easier. Yeah, we have it. Left of the line weakens, preference right strengthens. Yeah, so we have small instructions. Should we use the term like effect size instead of weakening or strengthening preferences?
No, I think we should just say, again, because these are not like really AMC, so we should only be relative.
Got it.
But I think if we put the exact why questions on the top, and then basically like a one-liner, so these are the factors which help explain the why, whatever is the why questions. We'll put like a 1.5 line additional, so that then it becomes even easier to interpret. And I'll come up with something which we can surely put on that.
Nice. And I notice sometimes when we're generating the dependent variables, it's not like a single question. We say, do you prefer X or Y? Instead of just saying X. notice that happens sometimes.
I mean, we'll have to change a bit of, I think, prompting as well. I think Lucio, somebody or Mia posted one in one of the hunting channels. So I think the question was, what are the factors that affect procrastination or something? And the way LLM chose the option, the results are basically suggest that LLM understood as pick the option which leads to most amount of procrastination. And so results are basically flipped. So now we need to actually figure out based on a question, we should need to add something like make a choice such that it increases your utility or minimizes your regret. So something of those so that it can differentiate how to choose. So we'll have to add that part as well now. And that's the only way to make it choose the way we want it to choose. Yeah, but
Yeah,
that
I
was
think
that was nice. Like the more this kind of weird experiments you conduct, will know that okay, something is going weird somewhere.
okay, yeah, that's it for the demo.
I like that you're reliably getting 70,000 views. That's nice, and this is good feedback that we're getting. This is a good feedback loop. Be nice to iron this out before we get some. That's good. Good work, Lucy. Good demo.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we're a little bit over. Let's stay in the channels. If anyone has any questions about tech or non-tech or recruiting or whatever, feel free to ask. Try to chat also, guys, when you're chatting. Try not to chat like one-on-one. Try to chat in the groups, because if you have a question, other people probably have the same question. And make sure you're pushing every day. You don't have to do a PR every day, but make sure at the beginning of the day you're pulling, at the end of the day you're pushing, so that you don't have kind of stale code. And then if anyone wants to try Cursor or any of the automation tools, not automation tools, but whatever, AI tools, let me know. I know they're all still like very, very, very not at the level of a, mid-range engineer, as Mark Zuckerberg puts it. But if we want to start doing that for documentation, for testing, for whatever, reach out and we'll get you whatever you need. But great progress, great stand-up. Happy Friday. We're gonna go spam some investors about our little project.